Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. To throw is Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
First down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And still a long way from the end zone. Fields now to throw. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. We're scoreless after 1. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The offense already on the field here to begin quarter number 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal. And then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker as to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get it.
Akers hit. He coughs it up. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
Well, I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
The fumble recovery. Fields. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a two-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for two now while their heads are down.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're all thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. Back to throw. Stafford. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Stafford with a hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 11 now. Stafford. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
From his own end zone, Fields flushed out right. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It's really something special when we see a quarterback top 100 yards in one half of football. If he keeps up this pace in the second half, The NFL record for single-game rushing by a QB is certainly in sight.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Fields on first down, sliding out of the pocket. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Back to throw, Fields. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the fourth down decision-making going forward. If you get fourth.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field.
Touchdown! Dawson Knox in the final seconds of the first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
Freaking out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they start defensively at the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them and don't have enough confidence to make a play?
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fields. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And got his man complete. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. 70 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Fields trying to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So the two-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns.